you know, the Disney movie that's going to come out about them. I don't know about that, but like, no, literally like the amount of time it took to get here, arrived yesterday. You know, you've had jet lag smack you in the face.
Yeah, I think it is. So,
and both of you are in the same boat as well. So
yeah, traveling to America, got our own jet lag on our hands, but we're doing our best. We're having a good time, and we're excited to get into this first game of the knockouts. Zigzag versus Gelotris, moving game 1. Let's get straight into it and let them get started. So again, it's going to be moving, then no move, and an NNPZ tiebreaker. Let's see how we fare. Let's shoot it to CG straight away. I mean, what are you thinking?
Well, right away, I'm seeing should be Brazil somewhere with this road, and Foley just looking pretty northeast to me, I would say. Somewhere kind of dryish. I actually see GO on the sign there, which should put us in the state of Goiás.
Yeah, and it looks like Gelotris has found that sign, and I'm not sure if Zigzag did. So Gelotris is taking advantage of that, scanning as much as he can with the little time he has left. He does get closer, but not by much.
It could have been worse.
Yeah.
I just want you guys to know that I'm sat here being like, yeah, everything you say is exactly what I thought. I knew that was Brazil.
Yeah. Of course.
The other things you said.
Lovely. Well, round 2, Zigzag down about 400. Gelotris in the lead, 1.5 times damage. Let's let them take a look around. So straight away here, they're going to be seeing some signs, seeing some language, seeing the right drive, seeing the plates. What are we thinking here, CG? Let's keep shooting it over to you.
Yeah, it seems Spanish for sure. I think it's Canaries. I think Zigzag has the right idea as he zooms in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the water visible and the kinds of foliage we've got as well.
Definitely makes a lot of sense. Zigzag doing the water guess. Oh, wait, that's actually incredible.
What?
He was telling me he might do a water guess, and he's doing it.
Wow.
He did it.
Just so that if it's on one island or the other, you're going to be like in the middle
closer.
somewhere.
What a play.
That's not a bad idea.
With not too big of a multiplier, that's a funny move to do. Smart in a way though, because whatever island it ended up being, he was pretty safe there. So let's get them into the round 3 and take a look around. So we should be looking at in Italy here by the looks of it.
I believe so,
if
yeah.
I'm not mistaken. So let's see what the players can find. Oscar looks quite serious. I should say Zigzag. Oh, he's in Portugal. Oh, Portugal.
Yeah, we do have those polls.
That makes more sense. Lovely. They both got it. They're both guessing pretty central. Their guesses are close to each other. We shouldn't see too many points here. Down in round 3 with only 2 times damage. Small country shouldn't be too much. But Zigzag does get closer. Takes his first points off Gelotris. Lovely to see, but a close game, and I think it'll be indicative of what we see for the rest of this matchup. I think it'll be a pretty close one. Round 4.
That's what I want, though, because I wanted to go to three games, you know?
Yeah, I wanted to as well. I'd love to see the NMPZ happen. All right, round 4 here. This is what we got to work with. Oh, Zigzag does see a sign there, which is good. He's going in quick. Oh, it's the... Oh... Yeah, he's going up north in Nigeria. It's this new Nigeria coverage, came out relatively recently. Zigzag, fingers crossed, hoping for the best. He did commit pretty far up northwest. It pays off, but they both get it. Zigzag with the 4999.
Wow.
Yeah, that was super close. Again, you know, it's just like you were saying, it's probably going to be indicative of how this game is going to go, where it's just like the gradual steps, getting closer and closer.
Yeah, definitely. So as we get into round 5 here, we're looking at 3 times damage. The multiplier is racking up. And we should be in the UAE here. Both players seem to know that pretty quickly. You got this desert, kind of desolate landscape, and this car as well. You can see it on a Zigzag screen there. Both just getting in quick, not wanting to move around. They know they're not going to find too much, and the country's small, so the point differential will not be too big. Zigzag is absolutely vibing in the bottom.
He's
vibing
doing
with
well.
his great guesses.
Incredible.
Because it's also like, Gelotris isn't making bad guesses. Like, they're all very close as well, but it just seems to be that Zigzag is getting in there slightly closer.
Yeah, I think it could continue to happen that way. However, Gelotris is holding his lead right now by just a bit, but again, very close. Let's head into round 6 in what looks to be an Argentina straight off the bat. Arge at large.
Arge at large. There you go. You finally got it.
Shout out to Launders.
That's what Launders said earlier today.
CG, any specific regional thoughts or?
I think Oscar has the right idea here, or Zigzag, I should say, with going in Uruguay. We have the white signpost.
Oh, Uruguay, yeah. True.
Oh, we revoke the Arge at large.
I just wanted to say Arge at large so bad.
Uruguay at something. there is not a synonym for large that rhymes with Uruguay.
True. Yeah, I loaded in and we were just talking to Launders about Arge at large. I wanted to have an opportunity.
Uruguay at high. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
That might be the best one you can get.
We can make it work. Well, again, points are close. Gelotris holding his lead again, but 2 not bad guesses at all as we go into round 7. 4 times damage. Let's see. So this is a very interesting round.
Yeah, I think this would be northern Chile in the desert. We have the white car and this kind of like dry landscape that you see up there in the northern half. Yes, this is Zigzag zoomed in there.
Makes a lot of sense. It doesn't look... I don't think this would be too far north, though. Maybe?
Right.
I'm not... Hard to tell. Zigzag seems like in a pretty good space to guess. Gelotris getting the timer put on him. He does see a sign, though. Is he going to be able to find anything?
The national monument of something.
Probably needed that text above it, so he's just going to get a guess in. And he is closer. That's a very good guess coming out from Gelotris in round 7, taking 1,500 off of Zigzag.
That's a big hit.
Yeah, that is a big hit. Gelotris is going to feel great about that going into our round 8 here. We're getting close to possibly the end. The multipliers are high. Let's see how this goes in our round 8. Let's get straight into it. Let our players start taking a look around in what should be a Malaysia location here. We do see a sign down the road. Again, as mentioned earlier today, Malaysia with the solid white center lines, white outers. We do have these poles with these stickers as well, which are indicative of Malaysia, and classic signs here with lots of information. So maybe we'll see some 5Ks.
That'd be cool.
TG, you're here. What are you doing? You finding the 5K?
Yeah, I'm scanning all over the peninsula looking for these roads. Hopefully they can find them. Sometimes it can be a little bit tricky to see. Looks like both players are kind of not finding them yet.
Do you ever find it where like you're looking for the road, and so in this case it's an 8, and you find 7 and 9, and you're like, okay, what? Because I get that all the time. Yeah. It drives me insane.
It is so annoying, yeah. It always feels like that happens that way.
Yeah.
It's like it shouldn't be this hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just unlucky. It happens, though. It happens. Gelotris does see another sign, and Zigzag seemed to have found it as well, but who will get the closest? I don't think either of them found the 5K. Yeah, they did not, but similar guesses, so shouldn't see too many points here.
All right, yeah, not too bad. But Zigzag definitely needs to find something that's gonna, be a big win for him to start to even out. Especially as they're on round 9. Like even if this isn't a huge loss for him, he's still so far below in health that he will just lose this round by default.
Yes, this is going to be really important. Gelotris is almost at full health here going into round 9, and Zigzag at half with 5 times damage. Let's get this started. This is exciting. So, as we get in here, we're looking at left side drive. Should, by the looks of it, be Swatini or South Africa. CG, any thoughts?
Yeah, I was a little unsure on this. I think Botswana is the right call here.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
What's giving you the edge?
I think mainly just the sort of like landscape. We've got the little like trees like this, and my goodness,
and Gelotris right on top of it.
Wow!
With that foliage and vibe, it makes sense to be Gaborone, and that is the end of game 1 of our matchup. Understandable. Yeah, if you have some foliage like that, that's kind of the main place you could be in Botswana. So a great guess from Gelotris. That makes sense. Zigzag, maybe not feeling the greatest about that, but a very well-played game all around from both.
Yeah, no one made any like insane like misses or anything like that. It was like very close in all instances. So I don't know. I still have hope that this can go to an NMPZ round, because I just think it was close enough that you could envision no moving to be kind of the same.
Yeah, I think it'll be similar. I mean, honestly, both these players they moved, but realistically they didn't move that much, and a lot of their knowledge definitely was coming from playing an almost no-move-esque play style. So that was fun to see. CG, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think they both showed their strengths here. I think especially as a no-moving player, so it'll be really exciting to see what happens as we go into that matchup here.
Yeah, most definitely. Who do you think will take no move? Do you have any predictions?
That's a tough call. You know, I know Zigzag likes to insta-guess a lot. He gets the vibes really fast, but I know Gelotris is just as strong of a player, so yeah, I could see this really going either way, but we've seen Gelotris do really well just now. He almost had full health throughout that entire time. So.
Yeah, that was seriously impressive, honestly.
Yeah.
I thought it would be, I mean, it was a close game, but I thought it would be closer health-wise almost.
Right.
But exciting as we move into game 2, the no-moving game. Let's get them straight into this.
All right. I feel bad being like, oh yeah, I'm rooting for a game 3, because then it sounds like I have player bias. I'm like, okay, yeah, I need Zigzag to win. Like, come on.
Yeah. No, but it's the excitement. It's the, it makes sense. So we're looking at what should be Malaysia here. Again, similarly, as I've mentioned before, a lot of indicators. I talked about the license plates earlier today. We're seeing those again. The players did see some information a bit to their north on that sign.
Well, having a bit of a jump around from Gelotris.
Oh, and Zigzag is closer. That's a good way for him to start round 1 of this game.
And actually, like, looking at specifically the jump around that Gelotris did that, his previous, like, where he'd previously put himself was further away. So he, even though he didn't get the closest in that, he kind of saved himself some pain.
Yeah, definitely. No, that did work out for him in the end. Those little last-minute switches, we've seen some of those go really poorly for some people earlier.
Yeah.
But that last-minute switch did work out. So round 2 here, 1.5 times damage. This looks like it should be a US round. I think this is CG's world right here.
Here we go. All right, I did see a certain reflector. I think, yeah, that should be a Nevada reflector, so I think Zigzag is choosing the right thing here. He's going to try to line up the road. There aren't too many roads covered in Nevada, so a lot of times you can line up the angles, line up the mountains, and try to have a pretty good guess. So it looks like both players are employing that strategy here.
Yeah, they are on different roads by the looks of it, if I can see correctly. So we'll see if one of them ends up being correct, and if that pays off for either of our players here.
I love that. I love it when they pick like 2 distinctly different places, because it's like, okay, one of you's got to be right. Well, actually, they could both be wrong. They could both be wrong.
Yeah.
It could be not in Nevada at all. It's actually, in the lush green Pacific Northwest.
Yeah. Well, we
just on a bad day.
Yeah, on a bad day, on a very cold day in Washington.
Yeah.
Well, let's see here as the time dwindles. Zigzag on it, 2 kilometers away. 4993. That takes 1,000 damage off of Gelotris in only round 2.
That's a good guess.
That was a great guess. Round 3 here. Let's get straight into it, which should be possibly a new Gen 4 Poland, if I'm not mistaken. We do have this Holy Pole A-frame, which is very common in Poland. Region guessing Poland, however, can be quite difficult. So we'll see what these players do, or if it's Hungary.
Hey, they've both gone for Hungary. They've both
gone for Hungary. Okay. Oh, there is a sign that says, oh yeah. I didn't read that sign. But that would be street in Hungarian. So they both get Hungary.
It's not quite as, big as the India-Nigeria.
Yeah. I'm doing my best. Well, we get into round 4 here. Let's get the players straight into it. Zigzag holding his perfect health. Gelotris, 4,400 points. So we should just be in Cambodia here. We have some Cambodian language, but not too much to go off of. It does look a little hilly, however, which could influence our guesses.
Yeah, quite mountainous Cambodia, so... Oh, looks like both players are looking at different areas right now. Gelotris up north, and I think Zigzag is south, so could see some bigger points here with this.
Yeah, we'll see. 2.5 times damage. Zigzag is closer, holding his lead on round 4. That's another 1,000 points off of Gelotris' health. Gelotris really going to need a comeback here on round 5. 3 times damage. Let's start it up. So we should be looking at a Brazil here by the looks of it with the language and everything. So a big country. If we can find any signs here that might give away the town. Zigzag's going straight into Rio de Janeiro, which would make a lot of sense. I'm not sure if he saw a specific sign. Gelotris not opting to go Rio. That could be big here. Where is he going to go? Sao Paulo by the looks of it. And it was Rio, and Zigzag is on top of it with 3 times damage. That's the game.
Oh my god.
Been dedged.
Wow. What a way for that to go. Zigzag played flawlessly that game. What a show.
Yeah,
What
he
a
came
show.
back. He came back from that first one. And he was just so sure of himself the whole time. And look, he's laughing at himself. He
Gelotris is
knows.
laughing. He's here for a good time. Gelotris told me last night that he's just happy to have whatever happens happen.
Yeah.
He's here for the fun of it, so he's having a good time.
He said, like, they're good friends as well.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah.
It's probably more fun for them to know that it's going all the way now as well. Like if you're good buddies with the guy, like you want to make it as.
Yeah, this is intense though. We've gotten to our round 3 tiebreaker NMPZ. This is going to be intense. This is going to be fun to watch. CG, what are you thinking about?
Yeah, I am so excited to see this match. We've seen both players have really dominant performances, so we've seen that they both have what it takes. And I think NMPZ is going to be the perfect showcase of their strengths. And this is truly going to be the best way to decide who will move on.
Who do you think is going to get it though?
Oh, that's such a good question. You know, I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna say a Zigzag prediction here. I'm gonna go with Oscar, my man.
Okay. Yeah, we will see what happens. This should be interesting. We still haven't seen a Turkey around here. Gelotris is not only from Turkey, but an expert at guessing the country. So if we do see that, we should see some great guesses from him, hopefully. We'll see if that happens. We have our game 3 of the match, our tiebreaker. Whoever wins this moves on. Let's get into it. So as we saw there, our NMPZ picture is a little skewed, but they are getting some good info.
Both of them went for the IRL zoom.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, straight away, like at the
zoom.
same time, they were like, huh.
Yeah, it's the classic. It's the GeoGuessr player classic. Mm-hmm. But what are we looking at? CG, you wanna have any thoughts?
Yeah, you know, honestly, I'm a little unsure about this. I think our players are possibly confused. Is it just Mexico, though?
Yeah.
I think that could be the case.
Mexico is a phenomenal guess here.
What is it that's specifically like? Where are you torn?
I'm just thinking of Latin American countries, but yeah, the poll for sure seems Mex, and it is indeed.
It is almost equidistant, so 260 points off of Zigzag to start the game. Nothing too crazy as we go into round 2. So again, here is our image. This is all they get. We do have some language there on the left. Looks like Cambodian. So that should help them out. Should see some relatively quick guesses here as long as they see that sign.
Yeah, zoom it straight in.
Yeah.
Not holding back.
Looks like he's just shooting a guess near the capital, which makes sense. Gelotris seeing it as well. Pretty close by. They seem almost on top of each other,
that's
actually.
A close
so,
guess.
Yeah. Yeah, there they are. Understandable. And not too many points, again, but Zigzag does hold the lead. Or no, sorry. No, sorry. My apologies. Gelotris takes his first damage and loses his lead as we go into round 3.
Oh, this place looks cool as hell.
So let's start this off. What should be a northern Chile by the looks of it. That is all they get. Zigzag straight in. Yeah, not too much to look for. You can tell it looks like northern Chile based off of this general landscape. So the guesses come in. Gelotris going farther north. That's a relatively big spread, so we'll see what happens. Gelotris at the very far tip north, and it's Ooh, it's farther south.
It's like what you were saying earlier about how Zi8gzag is a player. He's a very intuitive player, so he will just go with his gut. And not only is that working out really well for him, but also it feels like the pressure that it's putting on Gelotris as well. He knows he doesn't have much time left once that's been kind of actually put in. Is working so far.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we get into round 4 here, 2.5 times damage. We are starting to rack up the multiplier, I should say. As we get into round 4, there's not a lot to work off here. We do have a European antenna on the car there. Oscar opting for France, which makes sense. And he's in. Gelotris having to follow suit. Similar guess as well. They keep guessing quite close to each other, but Gelotris moving in a little bit. We'll see who ends up being the closest. Oh, and it is farther west, and Zi8gzag just slightly closer again.
Yeah, I feel like it looks... Usually when you could you can slightly see a Britishness about it, it's going to be in the west of France.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know how to define what that means.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, it's definitely true. Let's get into round 5 here. 3 times damage. NMPZ, this is all they get. Let's see what happens here. This is kind of an interesting location, though.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
Any thoughts, CG?
I'm thinking it's somewhere... I thought Africa first, but honestly,
it looks like a campus.
Yeah, the curbs are a little interesting, the black and white painted.
Yeah, this is a hard round. I think we could see some very different guesses here.
I like Gelotris zooming into these islands here in Indonesia.
I like that as well.
Yeah.
I was thinking about a Malaysia or something, but it is just Indonesia.
I went back for the water guess.
Zi8gzag with the water guess again. But Gelotris getting closer.
That was really close as well.
That was really close. That came down to the wire at the end. Round 6 here. This is the image they get. What can they do with it? So, by the looks of it, it should be New Zealand.
Yep, seems like it.
I was not mistaken. Possibly the North Island, as a general rule of thumb, not always true. The North Island can be more rolling hills, while the South Island is usually flat with super mountainous hills, but a general rule. So we do see Gelotris going into the South Island, into one of the areas where there are more rolling hills. And Zi8gzag doing the water hedge again, but with 3.5 times damage and guesses this different. This could be massive.
You just can't choose.
We'll see what happens with 3 seconds left. Gelotris keeping it at the bottom of the South Island and is on top of it. That might be it.
Oh.
That's the game. Gelotris takes the win and moves on.
He had the entirety of the North Island and the top half of the South Island available to him.
Yeah.
And yet.
Wow. Fair play from both of them, though. Really well played. And fair play to Zi8gzag for sticking to the water guessing strategy the whole time.
You could see it in his face. Yeah. He was like, I know I'm being so cocky right now, but you know.
Yeah. He just went for it. He committed, and it worked out. Good fun. That'll definitely be something that's talked about for a while.
And look at that. Gelotris gets to go through to tomorrow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Love to see the camaraderie, too.
Yeah.
All these players coming together. I mean, CG, you could probably speak to this a little bit. Just the vibe in the air, even though we're throwing you all against each other in this first meeting. What's it like back there?
Yeah, it's so incredible. Everybody meeting each other, a lot of us for the first time, and just seeing each other in person. It's such an incredible experience. And I'm so glad that the vibes are positive more than anything. That just means the world to me to see.
Well, you guys are a positive crew, just a bunch of great gamers, and it's a pleasure to have you here, especially having you on the couch, CG. Anything you want to say to everybody at home? Maybe where to follow you, where to get some more info about this?
Yeah, I stream on Twitch. I'm a YouTuber as well. You can check out my channels. Lots of weekly content over there.
Yeah, and if you're just getting familiar with GeoGuessr, if this is the first time you're watching the event, and you're like, wow, this is really cool. I really would love some accessible, educational, really fun, positive content. Check out Chicago GeoGuessr. You guys, it reminds me of my youth in the early days of my esports. It's great vibes here. You're great people, and true pleasure to have you. I do hope you all give them a follow, and everyone at this tournament, when you see the names pop up, check them out on social media. Thank you for coming to the couch here. We got to make some space for Gelotris to come on and talk to us, but I'm sure this isn't the last we'll see you up here.
Thank you so much for having me. It was an honor.
Thank you, CG. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, what a great community. What a wonderful thing to be a part of. especially coming together. We put all this money on the line thinking people were going to tear each other's throats out, Geo, and it has been completely different.
I feel like we've been really ruined by other games.
Is it
like,
FPS?
That might be it. Both of us come from first-person shooters, and I think it's just like...
It's a pleasure.
It's kind of ruined us.
This is very
nice. I wonder
nice.
if Launders feels the same. Like, when he comes back on later, ask him.
You know what this feels like? The Words with Friends Championship.
Yeah!
That was sick. And speaking of sick, we've got an absolutely sick player here, Gelotris. Pleasure to have you on the couch. Wonderful fun watching your games. What's your experience been like at this tournament?
Thank you very much. I started off very weak, I must say, this tournament. I wasn't happy with my guesses. I somehow made it through, but I wasn't really happy with my performance. But I think with this game, I showed that I have some potential. And yeah, it went out very well. I'm happy.
But you're happy with this one, right?
With this game,
It turned around. You're on the right course
overall,
now.
I wasn't happy, but now I needed this game.
Was there something that switched it? Sorry, Gio.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, I think I got... like, usually you feel like you're right in the area you click, but it turns out to be wrong. But in this game, the ones where I was comfortable with, it was actually there, and that's very satisfying. A little downside is that you have to play with friends. Basically, Zi8gzag is a very good friend, and knocking him off here feels bad. So I can't be too happy, but of course it's still a relief, and yeah.
Well, I was just going to say, what is it like knowing that you're actually going to be playing tomorrow?
I wasn't expecting it, and I still think I have to let that sink.
Yeah, process it.
Yeah, I still have to process it. Especially after the second game, when it went to NMPZ, I know Zi8gzag is very strong on NMPZ, and that's kind of a weakness on my skill set, I would say. So I'm even more happy I made it through on round 3.
Oh, you're going to be playing against Blinky.
Oh, Blinky in the quarterfinals.
But there's time to study before tomorrow.
Hey,
so
I still have a day. I still have a day.
Or, you know, just like, I don't know, I'm not saying don't sabotage it. Please don't sabotage it. I was going to make a joke, and then I was like, no, I don't want it to be too serious.
She was just singing Beastie Boys. It had nothing to do with the conversation.
I see. Okay, I'm not going to ask what you wanted to say. Let's just put it under the table.
Bloom, any questions?
Yeah, I mean, at dinner, so I was with Gelotris at dinner last night, and I asked him how
really
you were
nice.
feeling. Well, we were all at dinner, and I had a conversation with Gelotris. I said, "How are you feeling? How do you think you're gonna do?" And you basically implied you thought maybe you wouldn't even win a game, and I was like, "Man, you gotta prepare yourself. Don't sell yourself short." And now you made it here. How are you feeling?
Hey, I don't know what to say. I wasn't being humble when I said I don't make it through. It was like I didn't feel prepared at all. I mean, especially in a game like GeoGuessr, where you can learn so much and you never learn out. You always feel like you're unprepared enough. But I really had that feeling, and somehow it works. I don't know, it's the multipliers help, for sure.
Well, hey, this mysterious feeling may return to you tomorrow, and I'm very excited to watch that match. You versus Blinky, it's going to be a great one. But in the meantime, like I said, you've got time to study now, time to relax, whatever it takes to get back in that zone. In the meantime...